News broadcast bringing to you live from the National News Studios here at Rupavahini. I'm Judicial.
And I'm Kasini Balachandra. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
A comprehensive financial facilities package targeting micro, small and medium-scale enterprises. Cabinet approval for the President's proposal to designate areas occupied by plantation workers as new settlement villages. Minister Tiran says all except 2 suspects have been taken into custody over the assassination of Club Vasanta. Constructions of the expressway from Ingrukade Junction to Port City entrance reaches final stage. Venerable Galagodatte Gnanasara released on bail. 9 crew members, including the Sri Lankan of the capsized tanker off the coast of Oman, rescued. A vigil against the opening of a liquor store in Homagama town. US President Biden tests positive for COVID-19, cancels election campaign events.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail. In your top local story tonight, a comprehensive financial facilities package targeting micro, small and medium-scale enterprises was revitalized, and it was held under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The event was held at the Presidential Secretariat. This package includes both investment and working capital facilities for micro, small and medium-scale enterprises. 15 participatory financial institutions, including licensed commercial banks and licensed specialized banks, are offering these loans at subsidized interest rates. This initiative has been designed to support micro, small and medium-scale enterprises that have maintained operations despite the ongoing crisis. The loans are provided under 2 main categories, which are support for micro, small and medium-scale enterprises and assistance for these enterprises with non-performing loans. The Ministry of Industries will issue recommendation letters to eligible enterprises that require financial support and have the potential to upgrade their businesses to the next level. Under the scheme, loans are available at a concessional interest rate of 7% for a period of 10 years with a maximum limit of 15 million rupees. A total of 13 billion rupees has been allocated for this scheme. Under the non-performing loans category, a working capital loan of up to 5 million rupees is provided for a period of 5 years at an interest rate of 8%. The total allocated amount for this initiative is 5 billion rupees. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, speaking at the event, emphasized that strengthening micro, small and medium-scale enterprises is crucial for the country's progress. President Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted that small and medium-scale entrepreneurs were the most affected by the recent economic collapse in Sri Lanka, and the government is prioritizing their recovery. The President also announced the establishment of a National Development Bank to provide necessary capital to micro, small and medium-scale enterprises. Additionally, President Wickremesinghe mentioned efforts to attract foreign investments to support large-scale entrepreneurs and outlined the government's programs aimed at uplifting the common people of the country. He said that this new credit scheme aims to enhance the resilience of micro, small and medium enterprises as they recover from the economic crisis and navigate risks stemming from changes in the business environment, including climate change. He said that special attention has been given to sectors such as agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, technical and export-oriented industries and women-led enterprises. He said that the scheme also supports the government's objective of securing foreign exchange and transforming the economy from an import-dependent model to an export-driven one.
And meanwhile, the cabinet approval has granted the proposals to identified areas occupied by plantation workers on state-owned plantation lands managed by the State Plantation Corporation and regional plantation companies, and to draft legislation to formally designate these areas as new settlement villages. The proposal was presented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. A special discussion in this regard was also held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. In a significant development, all parties have expressed agreement on the timely proposal to enact legislation declaring areas where plantation workers dwell within state-managed plantations as new villages. Parliamentarian Mano Ganeshan emphasized the crucial need to secure land rights for current plantation dwellers under this initiative, submitting a corresponding proposal to the President. Furthermore, President Ranil Wickremesinghe recommended initiating the legislative process by consulting regional plantation companies and proposed the formation of a committee comprising parliamentarians representing plantation communities and relevant stakeholders to oversee the process. Minister Jeevan Thondaman, public representatives from the Hill Country and state officials were present on this occasion.
Minister Tirunala says that all except 2 suspects have been taken into custody over the assassination of Club Vasantha, which took place in Athragiriya. The minister made these remarks while taking part in a special media briefing on the success of the Yukti operations held at the Public Security Ministry today. Minister Tirunala said that 19 billion rupees worth drugs have been apprehended by the police and emphasized that stern actions will be taken against drug traffickers and those who are involved in underworld activities. Commenting on the shooting incident occurred in Athragiriya, the minister said that most of the suspects, apart from 2 related to the incident, have been apprehended. He said that the police have been able to successfully complete all investigations pertaining to the shooting incident. He said that Kanjipan Imran and Ganemulle Sanjeeva have been able to evade the arrest. However, he said that upon their arrest, they would too make statements on how they evaded the arrest. The minister said that there's a section within the lawyer community that depends on money gained through drug trafficking.
And among the main indicators to measure the development of a country, its significance is extended to a developed road system. It is important to construct these roads in an environmental friendly manner. And now let's direct attention to an ongoing road project which aims to reduce the prevailing vehicular traffic. The construction of the expressway from Igurukade Junction in Colombo to Port City entrance is currently in the final stage. The 5.3-kilometer long elevated freeway built on pillars will lead up to the entrance of the Gold Face Green. This road has been built with precast assembled concrete structures, which is a technology used in the country for the first time. The 4-lane road is being built by the Chinese Civil Engineering Corporation under the supervision of Road Development Authority. 70% of the engineers of the project are Sri Lankans. This project is considered as a permanent solution for the prevailing vehicular traffic at the entry point of the Colombo commercial city. A new entry road has also been built to transport containers to the port without any hindrance. The new elevated freeway built on pillars will be connected to the new Kalani Bridge Road. The project is expected to be completed before the end of this year. Automatic teller machines will also be established in the freeway. Minister Bandula Gunawardena arrived at the construction site to observe the ongoing activities in the final stage of the project. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that project is a $300 million project and will be completed using the most advanced technology. He said that the project has continued without any hindrance despite the economic crisis and the inflation. He also said that all suspended development projects can be resumed following the passing of the Economic Transformation Act in the Parliament.
State Minister Ranjit Simbalapitiya says that the effective economic program of President Ranil Wickremesinghe over the past 2 years has brought stability to the country despite difficult circumstances. He also extended an invitation to those who have made negative and unfounded claims to engage in an open dialogue on a suitable platform. He made his remarks addressing the press briefing themed Collective Path to a Stable Country held at the Presidential Media Centre today. State Minister Ranjit Simbalapitiya said that a presidential election is one of the most significant democratic decisions made by the people. At such a time, he said that it is essential to create a platform to compare the country's situation 2 years ago against its current state. He also said that the government's responsibility includes ensuring the safety, welfare and development of the people, necessitating dialogue at this critical moment. The State Minister said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who accepted the challenge of recovering the country in difficult circumstances, has managed to steer the country in the right direction through his positive actions over the past 2 years. Opposition MPs and economic research experts who have presented negative and unfounded claims should engage in an open dialogue on a suitable platform to address these baseless statements, he added.
The Court of Appeal ordered today to release Venerable Galabudate Janasarthera, who was sentenced to a 4-year imprisonment on bail. There was found guilty on 2 indictments for causing damage to religious harmony. The indictments were made against the threatener of the defamatory comments made against Islam during a 2016 media briefing convened at the Kuragala temple. The threatener, in a petition to the appeal court, requested to release him on bail until a final verdict is issued following the hearing. The President's counsel representing the threatener submitted a medical report and informed the courts that the threatener is suffering from various illnesses, including a heart condition. The President's counsel requested the court to grant bail for the threatener since a 3-year time frame would be taken to deliver a verdict for the appeal. Objecting to the request, Deputy Solicitor General representing the Attorney General's Department informed that considering the expedited process pertaining to the appeal hearing, there is no requirement to consider the bail request of the defendant. After considering the submissions, the appeal court granted bail for Venerable Galabudate Janasarthera and imposed a foreign travel ban against him.
Chairman of the United National Party parliamentarian Budget Abhivardhana says that Ranil Wickremesinghe will become the president at the upcoming election with a majority of votes. He made his remarks at a program held in UNP Sirikota headquarters today. This program has been organized to brief the UNP youth zonal representatives over the upcoming presidential election. Many youth, including the UNP public representatives, were present at this occasion. Chairman of the United National Party parliamentarian Budget Abhivardhana said that no leader compared to President Ranil Wickremesinghe is contesting the election. He said that a group of students mentored by the president and self-proclaimed as leaders are now claiming to take up the leadership of the countries. He said that when the party leaders' meeting was convened on the 9th of July, the opposition leader was hospitalized. He also said that the president has shown his capacity as a leader during this tenure.
And Oman authorities said 9 members of a 16-strong Indian and Sri Lankan crew have been rescued after going missing while their oil tanker capsized off the coast of Oman recently. One other has been found dead. The Indian Navy announced that 8 Indians and 1 Sri Lankans from the Prestige Falcon had been found by the warship in Stare in the Arabian Sea yesterday. Oman Maritime Security Centre later confirmed that 9 crew members had been saved, but added that 1 crew member was found deceased. India and Oman are continuing the search for the remaining crew in what the Navy described as challenging weather conditions, including rough seas and high winds. The Comoros flagged Prestige Falcon, which had 13 Indians and 3 Sri Lankans on board, capsized about 25 nautical miles southeast of the Ras Madhra Peninsula. The area ship has capsized in Falls in the province of Durham in Oman, where the country has a major industrial port.
An ancient Ola leaf original copy of the Mahavamsa, currently kept at the library of the University of Peradeniya, was declared as a UNESCO World Heritage yesterday. The declaration was made under the presence of Director General of UNESCO, Audrey Azoulay. One of the world's longest unbroken historical accounts, the Mahavamsa is the first of its kind in South Asia, presenting Sri Lanka's history in a chronological order from the 6th century BC until 1815. The authenticity of the facts provided in the document has been confirmed through archaeological research. This ancient document is an important historical source, not only valuable to Sri Lanka, but also depicts the historical counts related to South Asia and the entire world. The UNESCO Director General expressed gratitude to the University of Peradeniya for preserving the Mahavamsa Ola leaf manuscripts. Speaking at the event, Professor Rohita Dissanayake, head of the Department of History at the University of Peradeniya, explained that the Mahavamsa consists of 238 Ola leaves and chronicles Sri Lanka's unbroken history without any alterations. The event was attended by Peradeniya University Chancellor Professor G.H. Pires and Vice Chancellor Professor M.D. Lamavamsa. More stories right after this break.
கொத்துமி பந்தமாய் உங்கள் லட்சியம் தங்கம் என்றால் அது சுவர்ண பிரதீப தங்க கடன் அடக்கு சேவை மக்கள் வங்கியிடம் இருந்து.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back with more local stories. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced plans to seek support from UNESCO in a comprehensive modernization initiative for Sri Lanka's education sector. He said that seeking assistance from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank will also be sought for these reforms. The President made these remarks while addressing the inaugural session of the Student Parliament of Buduruvagala Mahavidyalaya, Monaragala yesterday. The inaugural session of the school's Student Parliament took place at the Chamber Hall of the Presidential Secretariat following an invitation extended during President Ranil Wickremesinghe's recent visit to Buduruvagala Mahavidyalaya, Monaragala. Fulfilling a promise to the students, a valuable collection of musical instruments was safely presented to the college, prompting gratitude from the students. The event saw 96 members of the Student Parliament in attendance. Secretary to the President Saman Ekanayaka and Secretary General of the Parliament Kushani Rohanadira were present at this occasion. President Wickremesinghe highlighted the goal of establishing an advanced educational system incorporating modern technologies like artificial intelligence. His vision is to equip the youth with the skills needed to thrive in the contemporary world. Addressing the students, President Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasized that future leaders who will build the country will emerge from these student parliaments. He noted that the experience gained through these platforms will be invaluable to and expressed his happiness that student parliaments are active in many schools. The President also shared the historical and ancient background of the old Parliament building, now the Presidential Secretariat, engaging in a friendly conversation with the students and informing them about the parliamentary system, including the Constituent Assembly.
Parliamentarian Yadamini Gunawardena says that the dry spell of the election map in the country is ending. He pointed out that the most important feature in representative democracy is to conduct elections and ensure the rights of the people to elect their preferred representatives. He made these remarks while taking part in a seminar organised by Dasara's organisation yesterday at the Sambuddha Jayanti Mandirya premises in Colombo. The event was held with the participation of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. The theme of the event was Country's Future and Our Responsibility. Parliamentarian Yadamini Gunawardena said that the Supreme Court has informed that a two-third majority is adequate to reduce the term and there is no need for a referendum. He said that since 2015 this section is available in the Constitution. However, he said that according to Section 83B points out that a referendum should be held if the presidential term is exceeding 6 years. He pointed out that there is a gap in the constitutional provisions which should be rectified.
And a vigil was conducted against the opening of a liquor shop in Homagama town yesterday. A group of residents led by Mahasangha and Minister Bandharu Gunawardena took part in this effort. Minister Dr. Bandharu Gunawardena said that despite his protest, there was a rumour that legal licenses were expected to be issued to the Homagama electoral division. He said that it is pointless to be in the governing process if state officials and excise commissioner continue to act in an illegal manner without conducting investigations in this regard. He said that the Homagama electoral division is a knowledge hub where students should be able to engage in their education in a favourable environment. He said that the issued liquor permits should be revoked, for which he would stand inside and outside of the government.
A group of leading Japanese investors met with Minister Nimal Siripal de Silva and Port Shipping and Aviation Ministry officials yesterday. The meeting was held at the ministry premises. The team comprised of 25 Japanese investors expressed interest in introducing Japan's latest technology for training programs in maritime and aviation sectors. They expressed confidence that the skills and potential of Sri Lanka youth in modern technology could be developed through its successful implementation. Minister Nirmal Siripal de Silva requested the delegation to provide immediate assistance in completing the constructions of the second terminal of the Katnayak International Airport. He highlighted that internal airports and ports in Sri Lanka offers suitable locations for initiating industries and training projects related to aviation and shipping. He emphasized that priority should be given to Sri Lankan youth for the potential employment opportunities.
And meanwhile, State Minister Ashok Priyantha emphasizes that despite the challenges posed during the last years, maintaining stable public services without any employee layoffs or salary cuts is a significant achievement. He credited President Ranil Wickremesinghe's guidance for being instrumental in achieving this stability. He made these remarks while addressing the press briefing titled 2 Years of Progress and Achievement held at the Presidential Media Centre yesterday. State Minister Ashok Priyantha said that amidst concerns of potential job cuts and fears of public service disruptions, President Ranil Wickremesinghe's council and Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena's adept management ensures the stability and continuity of the public service. He said that this achievement has been pivotal in safeguarding the public sector, which received widespread support from both its workforce and the citizens of the country. He said that with elections being a current topic of discussions, the ministry has played a crucial role in facilitating the conditions necessary for holding them. Additional Secretary, Republic Administration and Director General of Combined Services S. Aloka Bandara said that measures have been taken to expedite efficiency cut-off exams administered by the Sri Lanka Development Administrative Institute to prevail delays. And stay tuned with international news after this break.
Taking a look at your foreign news tonight, United States President Joe Biden had tested positive for COVID-19, forcing him to cancel a campaign event in Las Vegas.
And White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre stated yesterday that 81-year-old Joe Biden was experiencing mild symptoms and will fly to his home in Delaware. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre stated that the President Joe Biden would isolate at his home in Delaware while carrying out all of his duties fully. Further, she added that the President was vaccinated and boosted and he was tested positive for COVID twice before. Joe Biden was seen earlier in the day visiting supporters in Las Vegas and speaking at an event. He was forced to cancel a speech later in the day at Judicial's Latino civil rights organization. It reported that it marked a sudden and debilitating end to a trip that was supposed to see Joe Biden returning to the campaign trail again with full force after the post sparked by the attempted assassination of his rival Donald Trump.
At least 16 people were reported dead in a fire at a shopping mall in southwestern China. The blaze started in the 14-story commercial building in the city of Zhigong in Sichuan province yesterday night, and firefighters were working at the site until early today. Firefighters and rescue teams were able to rescue 75 people, and the authorities stated that this fire started at the bottom of the building, which houses a department store, offices, restaurants and a movie theatre. A preliminary investigation found that construction operations triggered the fire.
And only more foreign stories, at least 19 people have been killed and hundreds injured in clashes between police and demonstrators in Bangladesh as Bangladesh authorities cut some mobile internet services to quell anti-quota protests. Thousands of students armed with sticks and rocks clashed with armed police in Dhaka today that have killed at least 19 people this week. The death toll is based on police sources as the government has yet to announce casualty figures. At least 6 people were killed on Tuesday. Bangladesh suspends some mobile internet services and police use tear gas to quell protest, but the situation remains volatile. It started today with largely peaceful protest on 1st of July after a court reinstated a controversial special government job quota that reserves 1/3 of positions for descendants of freedom fighters, those who fought in the 1971 War of Independence against Pakistan. The protesters say that the quota favors allies of the ruling party.
Kamuda macang, prima kotumi, fantamai.
In sports news, the captain of the Sri Lanka women's cricket team, Chamariyatapattu, invites cricket fans to witness the Women's Asia Cricket Cup tournament.
And the tournament will begin tomorrow at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. Captain of the Sri Lanka women's cricket team, Chamariyatapattu, pointed to the importance in facing each match with sound mentality and preparations. She said that the team is experiencing to bring a change during the tournament. She then invites all fans of the country to arrive at the stadium and witness each match of the tournament.
Captain of the Sri Lanka women's cricket team, Chamariyatapattu, pointed out the importance in facing each match with sound mentality and preparations. She said that the team is expecting to bring a change during this tournament. She then invited all fans in the country to arrive at the stadium and witness each match of the tournament.
The opening match of the tournament between Nepal and UAE will begin at 2 p.m. tomorrow. The match between India and Pakistan will be at 7 p.m. Host Sri Lanka will play their first match against Bangladesh on the day after at 7 p.m. and Sri Lanka Cricket has indicated that all fans could watch the tournament free of charge.
Kamuda macang, prima kotumi, fantamai.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news, which is tomorrow at the very same time. I'm Sharitha, signing with Hasuni. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.